Good morning, everybody. Trust your night was great. And then I welcome you all to this training today. I welcome you to this program. My name still remains the same. It never changed and it will never change. My names are Olaniyan Olanrewaju, popularly known as Coach Shola. A lot of my students prefer to call me Coach Shola. Alright, so you get to know more about that as we proceed. So, in the first module of our study in this program, and then in this morning class activities, we'll be looking at the first module, which I titled Introduction to Social Media Marketing. Alright, Introduction to Social Media Marketing is what we'll be looking into this morning. Introduction to social media marketing, which I believe you know what social media marketing means, but just to show an assumption, I will still be explaining to us what this simply means. Alright, social media marketing is what you are familiar with, it's what you have been hearing about, it's what in fact many of you have purchased different courses on this particular one, but I am bringing you to the awareness of this now just to let you know that everything we'll be doing here will be 100% practical. 100% practical. Alright, so let's check on what we have as our outline. So for this first module, which is Introduction to Social Media Marketing, so we'll be looking at some little case study as we move on. So the first thing we'll be looking at is, what is social media? I believe everybody knows what social media means. We'll also be looking at facts on social media, popular social media platform, impact of social media on businesses, and then using Facebook for profitable business. I know you use Facebook for a lot of things, but I'm still also going to expose you to how to use Facebook to run a profitable business online. I'm going to expose you to it, and the reason why we are doing that, I will let you know as well. So now let us move. Alright, so what is social media? Answer that question in your mind first. What is social media? I want you to answer that question before I proceed. Alright, so whatsoever things you have said it is social media, you can write it down as well. It is correct. Alright, it is correct. But let's go this way. Alright. Social media refer to interaction among people in which they create, share, and or exchange information and idea in a virtual communication. If I want to share an idea with you, I don't need to travel down to your house to share it with you. Do you know that with the help of social media, I can always do that? And this reminds me where I was in school during the coronavirus period, where everywhere was locked down. Our school activities did not stop. Everything was going on online. We were able to do that. Lecturer was able to transmit the lecture with the help of social media, and then without the help of social media, we won't be able to share information easily, we won't be able to share information effectively. For example, if I have something that is important, I just feel like you need to know, and then I want to communicate with you, with the absence of social media, all I will have to do is travel down to your state and then tell you what I want to tell you. But with the help of social media, I don't need to do that at all. We can always have a virtual communication, and we feel it as if we are talking to ourselves one-on-one. Is that not correct? And then all of us are joining from different states, and then we are able to communicate to each other without seeing ourselves physically. It is possible because of the power of social media and then internet. For example, this particular program that you have signed up for, if the social media is not available for us to transmit like this, I will have tell you that you need to come down to my office in the Lagos. But look at it here, if you have to come down to my office in Lagos, how much is it going to cost you For example, those of you in Kaduna, those of you in Gombe, Benue, if you have to come down to the office in Lagos State, how is that going to be effective for you? It's going to be a lot of things on you, right? But with the help of social media, the same thing you want to do in the office, the same thing you want to come to do in the office, we can always do it online here. Although there are still people that do come to the office for their training, physical training. That is very fine. It does not stop us from doing the same thing online, because the same thing I am telling you here is the same thing they will also be doing in the office when I get to the office. You get what I'm saying? So social media has just made everything very, very simple. It has made everything very, very easy for us. You understand? It has made everything very simple and then very easy for us. So it is possible because of what social media and internet. If you have social media and you don't have internet, there is no how you can do this. So if you have social media and then you don't have internet, there's no how you can have access to this particular program. There's no how you gain access to this particular training right now. All right. So social media is very, very important. It is very, very important. It helps us to communicate with ourselves without seeing ourselves physically. Many of your family members, your friends, your school colleagues that you have been communicating with for some time now, you have not seen them physically, but you were able to communicate with them without seeing them. All right. So that is the power of social media. All right. So now let's go. Now, when you look at the word social media, there are two words that have been merged together to form social media, which is social and media. So now let's begin to divide them one after the other. Social refers to interaction of individual and the group. I, as an individual, I am interacting with group of people that are signed up for a partnership program, and I'm doing this because of social. All right, that is social interaction, right? Media is what we use to make connection with human beings. What medium are we using right now? The medium we are using right now, you all know. If you'll be watching this on YouTube, you know that I am communicating with you via YouTube. And for those of you that are there on the Zoom already, you know that I am communicating this with Zoom. All right. So whichever way you want to have access to this, or you'll be having access to this, you know that that is the medium you are using to make connection. I have spoken with a lot of us in our DMs and in groups as well. I am using the media to do that, and then the media I'm using, some of it that I chatted on the WhatsApp in the DM. That is the media. Some of you, it is on mail. All right. So we are doing that because of the media, and it is what it is what we use to make connection with other human beings. Without all this being in place, then I will not be able to do that. Then the word now made together here and say, what is social media? Social media used for social interaction. Social media is used for social interaction. That means without seeing you, we can still have our social interaction, social communication without seeing you. Now look at it. Let's bring down to the course of study of our today's activities. And that is social media marketing. Refer to the use of social media platform to interact with customers, to build brands and increase sales. The reason many people host business online is just to increase their sales and build brand. When I mean build brand, see, building of brand is very, very important for anyone that want to do online business. If you want to do online business for your products or your services, you need to understand this core aspect of building brands. Because when you build your brands to an extent, you are going to see that the purchasing power or the subscribing power is just increasing, and that is when this increase of sales comes in. All right. So now let's check into the another aspect of what is very, very important, which is fact on social media. You see, this particular aspect, I took my time to make sure that I do my own due diligences. All right, because it is very, very important for me to know what exactly I stand in for, what exactly I want to do. I don't just like an assumption like, okay, I think they are this. No, I made this research, and while I was doing it, I was just so happy because it is something I see that is going to contribute a lot to what I have been doing already. And then I began to make the research, going deep in the research, and I say, okay, let me check total world population. This analysis was done as of December 2022 to December 28, and I say as of then the total world population was 7.9 billion. 7.9 billion as of December 28, 2022. And among these 7.9 billion living in the whole world, we have total social media user of 4.7 billion using social media in the whole world. So that means we have over 50% of people living in the world that are using social media. All right. Now I began to say, okay, if we have in the world, what about Nigeria? What about other countries? Then I began to do for every country. I did for about 5 countries. Nigeria, I did for Ghana, I did for UK, I did for Canada as well, and I did for Togo. So I began to check and see how things is being done. But in this, since we are in Nigeria, let me just show you of what I have found out in our blessed country. All right. Now, facts on social media in Nigeria. Nigeria total population as of then was 213.4 million. 230.4 million. You can also make your research for confirmation, all right? And the total social media user in Nigeria alone, they are 32.9 million. So the thing began to send signal to my brain. So if 32.9 million is using social media, then it is a very good thing for me to understand how to use social media for marketing. I believe you understand what I'm talking about. If I have 32.9 million, then I need to also possess the skill to make use of this social media to advertise. Because if I have my business to be advertised and be shown to 32.9 million of people living in my own country alone, that is a lot. That is a lot that is going to give to you. Then I began to check as well. Okay, these are all these. I know all the old social media platform, and then I want to see again that okay, which one do I really use? Because there is WhatsApp, there is Facebook, there is Instagram, there are a lot of them. Now, if I should ask you now, what is the most used social media platform? I know what comes to your mind is WhatsApp. That was the same thing that came to my mind then. But when I did my analysis, I was just shocked. Because I was expecting WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and the like. But I was shocked on what I saw. But let me show you as well. I know some of you know this already, but let me show it to you. Alright? Now, the most used social media platform, when I did my research very well, I went deep in that research and I found out that Facebook was number 1. And it's still number 1 as we speak. Facebook was number 1 social media platform that people used mostly. I was so surprised seeing YouTube as the second one. I said, what? When I'm expecting WhatsApp to be there, when I'm expecting Twitter. In fact, when I went further, I see the level where Twitter was, I was like, my God. So assumption is very bad. And this just taught me that you shouldn't just assume. Make sure you get it right. Because if I would have assumed, I would have said, okay, maybe the first 5 should be, maybe Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and then YouTube. But look at it now. Look at where TikTok is even is. So I was just so surprised. And while I was doing this, I was not just doing this because I just want to do it. I was doing it to get some facts on why I need to use social media to advertise, to use social media for marketing. Then I began to check. Now, look at this now. This analysis is basically for monthly active user. And what did they mean by active user? They are not saying the total number of people that have installed Facebook or that have signed up on Facebook is what is giving this analysis as most used. No, it is talking about people that spend minimum of 1 hour every day on Facebook. These are the people that are inclusive in this analysis. So if you are the kind of person and then you did not spend up to 1 hour every day in 24 hours on Facebook, then you are not inclusive in this analysis report. Are we see together? That means you're not inclusive in this analysis report, because one, you must spend minimum of 1 hour. So maybe you log in the morning, you spend 20 minutes, in the afternoon you spend 2 minutes, in the evening, cumulative of it in 24 hours must be 1 hour. And then if you are not spending up to 1 hour, then you are not inclusive in this research analysis report, because it says active user, and active users spend minimum of 1 hour every day. I began to check. So Facebook is not, this analysis is not talking about those that have signed up on Facebook or those that have the app installed on their phone. No, it's talking about active user. It's not that you have installed Facebook on your phone for a very long time, you are not using it, you are not there. You sign up and then you are not using it, you are not there. It's talking about those that are using it every day and spend minimum of 1 hour. This is the report here. If we have checked that, let's say people that have, or social media that have the most installation activities, maybe people that have installed the app or sign up, it might not be Facebook, but in this aspect, active user, it is Facebook. All right, it is Facebook. And I began to tell, okay, that means if I want to force use or advertise anything, I should use Facebook first. All right, I should use Facebook. That is why we say in our outline that we will be looking into how to use Facebook to run effective business and a profitable business. Now, look at it. Impact of social media on business. You all know the impact social media has contributed to the growth of business of an individual and as an organization. All right, so now let's look at number one. Impact of social media. Number one is brand loyalty. Every business strives to reach a state where their customers choose their brand over their competitor out of shares. For example, if I use iPhone, because of trust, okay, don't let me even use iPhone. If I use Tecno or Infinix, and then because of trust that I have had in them, you cannot tell me that Tecno is better than Infinix. No, I will tell you that Infinix is still better than Tecno. Because why? I have that trust in them already. Because brand loyalty is also a state where your customer have complete faith. It is not have faith. They have complete faith. I have complete faith in Infinix, that Infinix is the best. There is nothing you can tell me. Infinix is the best. Complete faith in the brand, and they purchase the products or services without any persuasion, without any objection. Because once I hear Infinix, I know it's the best. You can't tell me otherwise. I wish you together and hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So when you want to start an online business, the first thing that should be your priority, the first thing you should prioritize most is brand loyalty. Building brand loyalty, it is very, very important. Another impact of it is easy communication. Social media offer a platform for a company to interact with their customer and form a secret bond. Just like we are interacting with you now, you'll be saying this or her. It is a medium of communication. It is communication. For example, some of you that got messages on mail, some of you that got SMS, some of you that got messages on WhatsApp. If social media is not in place for us to communicate easily like that, I will have traveled down to your house and tell you that, okay, look, you have qualified for this, look, you have done this, you have done this. But with the help of social media, we can just sit down one place and then do everything we want to do. So it gives us that avenue for communication, easy communication. There are thousands of impacts of social media on business, but we'll just be looking at just 4, and this is the number 2, which is easy communication. Very, very easy for us to make our communication. All right, and then we also have increased customer power. Listen, when I did this research, I found out that it now makes more sense to me when they say customers are always right. Now it is here that I see that, oh, truly, customers are always right. because in social media marketing, the customer has power over the brand, whether you like it or not. Customer, they have power over your brand. There is nothing you want to do to that. They have power over your brand because the customer voice has a very huge impact. When I mean huge impact on your own brand, on your business, because this customer have a voice that resonates with the masses. For example, if you just wake up today and you start saying that it's trending that GT Bank is not good, GT Bank is not good, it's going to affect GT Bank. Or you just say that Infinix is bad, something is happening, it's going to affect their own business because of what the customer has power over. They have power over that particular brand. Even your brand, they have power more than it, because they are the one that will make decision. You just tender your offer to them and they will make decision. So they have voice that resonates with the masses, because and social media also give customer ability to publicize and share and view about a product without the fear of trial. For example, I have seen this happen very well. Once I just see that something is trending, maybe let's say GT Bank is trending, even those that do not have GT Bank, they will come and tell you that GT Bank is bad, GT Bank is this, GT Bank is that, but whereas they did not have that account with GT Bank. So what social media give you, it gives your customer an opportunity to share their view without having to be fair, or without having to like using your product first before they can share. No, they can share it without anything, because if you have not built your brand loyalty very well, then you know what is going to happen. So it is important from brand loyalty, increase in customer power. You understood all this thing. And the last one we should have on this is it help you attract a bigger audience. Social media marketing enable you to attract customers from different parts of the world, helping your businesses expand globally with less set-up costs, proving to be a cost-effective digital marketing technique. For example, if you do your business in Abuja, for example now, and then you want it to go beyond the people that is living within your vicinity, you can use social media to reach bigger audience from other states. You can use social media to reach more bigger customer from, in fact, within your vicinity. You can use it to reach them outside your vicinity. You can use it to reach them from anywhere part of the world. You can use it to reach them, because social media will help you to escalate and then project your business to a lot of people, bigger audience from different states and different locations. Now, just like I have my office in Lagos now, and then I want to maybe start a business in Abuja. Do I need to travel down to Abuja to go and establish a business? I can start doing the setup here online. I will just be expanding it globally, because it will cost less compared to traveling down to Abuja, then start putting, for example, if I have, let's say, a product that I'm selling, let's say I'm selling in Infinix now, and then I want people in Abuja to also see it. I don't need to just travel to Abuja and go and rent a shop and start selling the phone there. I can always do it online, whereas all I just need to do is to target people in Abuja. So social media will help you to reach that maximum goal of getting a bigger audience, which will be very cost effective for you in your digital techniques. All right, so this is very, very important. We are just still trying to lay a foundation on what we want to do. So in the next class, what we'll be doing is very simple. We'll be looking into how to use Facebook to run profitable business. Now, you all know the reason why we want to use Facebook to run a profitable business, and why we are choosing Facebook among other platforms. You can see here, it's still here, that Facebook is number one. So the reason we are using Facebook, I believe you all know by now. You all know the reason we are using Facebook by now. So we will use Facebook. We'll see how we can use Facebook to run a profitable business, which is the last thing we have on our course of study. Is going to be 100% practical class, 100%, and then you are going to see how we roll. All right, so thank you. Watch, subscribe, and comment. God bless you, and then enjoy the rest of your day.